To get an academic style, have a look at how journal articles are written, and also have a look at students' past dissertations. So I know some are available on the library website, and my school also made some available. This gives you an idea of what sort of structure you can use, but also the type of language is used and how they incorporate critical analysis into the dissertation. In terms of incorporating critical analysis into your dissertation, I did it in my literature view, so it's important when commenting on others' work to highlight the strengths and weaknesses of that work. And also at the end, I had a limitation section, so I highlighted what was good about my research, what was less good about it, areas for future research, and this is how you get good marks in dissertation. It's really important to reflect on the work you've done. It's normal that there's some bits that you might not be happy with, that you think you should have done differently, and that's fine. You can reflect on that and highlight that this is an avenue for future research.
So when you're writing up your project, it's important to think about the logical order in which you segment your work. Sometimes it's good to imagine that your work is being read by someone that isn't that knowledgeable in your area. So that would mean you'd need to build up some of the background knowledge before you introduce them to some of the heavier concepts.
It's not going to take as long as you think, and your first draft is always complete rubbish. That remains true forever, I think, but you can't write well the first time around. So my advice would be to get it all down on paper, just write it out, and then go back and clean up the mess you've made with that later.
I think the first piece of advice I would say for writing up your project is to be patient with yourself. This is a marathon, not a sprint. It takes a lot of consideration and it takes a lot of energy.
In my methods chapter, because I did an empirical project, I kept a log of everything that I was doing in terms of my fieldwork. And again, so what that meant was when it came to writing up, I already had everything in my log. It was just about editing it, making it a bit more academic in terms of the style and the language, and it was done.
So when it comes to writing it up, don't think you've got to start with the introduction or you've got to end with the conclusion. You can always kind of do it in whichever order you feel like. So if you kind of think, okay, I can make progress in that area, then kind of make progress in that area. You can always go back and revisit certain sections later on when it comes to the write-up.